welcome viewers, the first episode of theory on our channel. In today's episode, I will present you a theory about the Angry Birds Toons and Angry Birds games and bad piggies. Today I will try to answer a question by using various clues and evidence to answer a question: why are there no people on Piggy Island? But before I start explaining my theory, I would like to say that I'm not the first person that record on this topic. There are two people that record videos on this topic before me. They are Stanislav and LulYeach. You can find the link to their videos in description as well as the creators' channels. Please leave them a subscription and likes under their videos as my thanks to them. However, let me explain why I am recording this theory when two people have already explored it. Well, Stanislav's video features only on the aspect of the rubbish reaching to the island, while LulYeach video presents this theory in some chaotic way, in my opinion. And I also noticed a few mini errors in his video. So in this video, I would like to present my version of this theory, which looks little different from LulYeach's version of this theory, which is why I also invite you to watch his video about this topic, and also I invite you to watch a Stanislav video about this topic. And in this video, I will show you mini theories from the first episode of theory series. So if you want to know a point of the first theory, watch this episode about it on our channel. We have also a link in the description. But for now, let's move to this theory. So without further delay, here we go. In Angry Birds Toons, on a Piggy Island where the birds and pigs live, we can see a various remnants of humans. In episode Catch of the Day, we can see a lot of human rubbish, including an old bicycle, broken washing machine, and a car. And this isn't the only episode featuring human rubbish. In episode Oh No, the titular garden gnome appears, but how did it get there? Well, there are two explanations for this. First one is that the people took it there, and the second one is that they fell out of the container from the ship and floated along with other rubbish to the island. The proof for that can be the Turkish paper volcano ad where these candies came from a box which were removed by the waves. Probably in the same way as a human shoe from the cutscene in Angry Birds Go. But you're probably asking me, why do I reject theory that the humans brought it there? Well, the official Angry Birds guidebook states that the Piggy Island is an island that cannot be found on any map and no one knows where it is. So if there were humans there, they were few and far and most likely didn't return to their home from the island. But you might ask, why wouldn't they return? Well, in my opinion, the pigs are responsible for this. You may ask me why I think so. Well, let's take a look at their nature. The pigs from Angry Birds are very talented. They can build houses, make various machines, potions, and ships. In this way, they are very connected to the humans, who can also do these things. It seems that the pigs before they live on a Piggy Island live along with humans and learn the skills from them, and the same goes for the habits of celebrating various holidays which you can see in Angry Birds seasons. But why are there pigs on a Piggy Island in this case? Well, I think that the pigs want their home, which will be away from humans, and they set off on a sea journey to find their new home. And since there are so many of them, they can be seen as invasive species, which even proven by the game Angry Birds Bounce, where at the beginning of the game, Piggies kicks out the birds from the islands. And here is an interesting fact: pigs aren't only reach the Pig Island, but they are also reach some other island as a Golden Island, which is an island from Angry Birds Stella series. And since we are on a subject of Golden Island, let me point out some confusion. In game Angry Birds Rio, Red, Jack and Blues are taken from their island to the Rio. But wait a minute, because there are error with this what the book says. How did the people know that the birds were live in this island if the Piggy Island isn't on a map? Well, the answer is easy. It's not a Piggy Island. At the end of the game, we can see the birds returning to the island. And this island have a volcano on it. And Piggy Island hasn't have a volcano. That means that the birds are coming up to the Golden Island, which have a volcano. But in this case, why the birds in Angry Birds Toons live on a Piggy Island instead of the Golden Island? Well, I think the birds had enough of the pigs on a Golden Island, so they moved to the Piggy Island with their eggs, and Stella stays on the Golden Island with their friends, and later she joined the main flock. Okay, let's get back to the humans. You may ask yourself, why do I think that on Piggy Island could only have been a few people and castaways who never returned their home? Well, in Angry Seasons, in chapter Halloween, in some levels we can see skeletons and skulls. You could say these are only decorations, but for purpose of this theory, we'll assume that there are skeletons of castaways who never come back from this island. But you probably ask me, why happened to these castaways so they become skeletons? Well, I believe that happened because of pigs, and I have two reasons for that. First, in level 322, we can see the pigs made a kind of bridge made out of their hands and skulls. But well, that may not be enough proof they harmed them. Maybe they just found their remains, but don't worry, we find a proof for that the pig harmed these people in Bad Piggies, chapter Frost Till Dawn. In level 522, we can see a human finger beaten on a stick, and the whole chapter is decorated with pig sweets, which means that the pigs ate humans and sold their fingers as a sweet treats, and parts of their skeletons as a decorations or building materials. I know, this theory gets a little dark right now, but don't worry, it's all for this theory. Let's move on to our mini theories from the first episode of this series. So if you don't know about this theory, watch this episode until you watch this part. You have link in the description. But yeah, Cool Oliver Bird wrote down that the Iron Bird could have been an inspiration for creating a C-3PO in the future, and it makes a lot of sense when you know that C-3PO has a grey version like the Iron Bird. That's why I agree with this mini theory, and I thank you for sharing this with us. As a reward for you, I reward you with a golden asteroid. The Balbir Sigma wrote down that Anakin had a red power because he was a Sith, and Luke would have a green power because he was a Jedi, and it makes a lot of sense. In a video, I assumed that the color of the Force depends on the color of the plumage, but I also added that the Super Red could have started the dark side of the Force with his anger, and Luke, as a Jedi Master, rejecting the dark side of the Force, he can use the light side of this power, which will make it a green color. This also fitted with the fact that the Obi Wan moving away from him objects with using his Force, when the Force is color blue, when his color of plumage is black. That's why I also agree this mini theory, and I also thank you that you're sharing it with us. And I also give you a golden asteroid as a reward. And that's all for today. If you have a mini theories about the previous episode or this episode, or you have your own theories or ideas for that you want to tell me so I develop them and show them, I absolutely encourage you to write down in the comments, and I promise that each of them I will reward you with the golden asteroid, and I will show them in the future episode, or maybe even some of them will get their own episode about them. Also, check out our community tab where you can choose in surveys on what new series you want and how long videos you prefer. But if you don't want to miss any next episode of the theories, leave a sub with a bell so you didn't miss any new theories. And if you liked this video, leave a like under this video. I also encourage you to check once again the Stanislav and the LulYeach channels and their videos about this theory. And please leave them a like and a subscribe for my thank you to them. You can find all the links in the description. See you in the next videos. Shade by shade.